Oh, we are live. I think we are live. Yeah.
हाय 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 हाय
कमेंट्स दिखने लग गए लोग
so excited हाय
Yashraj, are you hosting?
sorry
Yashraj, are you hosting?
am I what
Are you hosting this?
hosting no it's all you today yesterday enough hosting I did I had no
Okay.
पूरा एंड तक था यशराज स्टेज पे लाइक लास्ट गाने तक था लिटरली
भाई मतलब मैं भी हाँ वो हम अलग स्टोरी बात करेंगे लेट्स गो फॉर नोट्स फ्रॉम थेरेपी
यस
shout out
Hey guys, whoever's joining in, welcome to this beautiful live stream with these ultra talented people. Let me introduce Kashyap from India. You might not recognize him, that he's Indian by his voice because he has such a unique texture. Um, One of my idols, Spitfire. I seriously, I don't know how else we could have worked. I mean, I think we had a perfect debut track together.
या ब्रो
I'm so sorry थोड़ी टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टीज है मैं बस वो सॉल्व करके आ रहा हूँ बस एक सेकंड दे दीजिए बाकी
I was just introducing you, but fine. Uh, and our very own homeboy Yashraj, who is dealing with a hangover right now, I'm sure. But yeah, all of us are here,
Yep.
and we just want to talk a little bit about how this EP came into existence. And yeah, if you guys have been listening to this EP, and if you have any uh, things to say about it, we really appreciate it. So yeah, start करते हैं. I think first lockdown was a bit heavy for all of us,
या
and whoever, I mean, if you're traveling, it all just came to a halt. And like, I know a lot of people have already spoken about lockdown, and in a way, it sounds like a bad thing, but for someone like me, I was constantly touring for like 12 years, without any breaks in the middle. So things kind of got out of hand. Didn't realize where most of my life went. And then when lockdown finally happened, I was like, what is going on? This can't be my life. I need to get out. But then I guess within like a month or two, some dust started settling, and we are like, okay, maybe this time could be used to make some music that, that we maybe this time could be used to make a record and not to sell a record, in a way. So started looking inwards, and I think one of the first guys I reached out to was Kashyap, and I'm like, I think we met on a couple of writing sessions.
Yeah. Before that, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think we knew of each other, but like, I took your number from a common friend. I'm like, I want to write this. Like, I have like this bubbling feeling inside me, but I need like a lyrical output. And
Yeah.
I guess that's when I reached out to you. And yeah, and then the second track was that I reached out to was for the intro, and I think Nitin, I reached out to you and I gave you the reference of
या ब्रो
this old lady talking about her life. I don't know if you recall it. And then I
या
remember the call that we had. It was one of the deepest phone conversations I've ever had all year. I,
या भाई
I think I spoke to Yashraj after it. I'm like, it was like a trip talking to you.
या
It was such a
यही है भाई I mean मेरे को यही लगता है कि that's how collaborations and each and everything works जब भी आप बैठ के एक दूसरे को जानते हो लाइक मेरा सबसे पहला जैसे हम बात करते तो मैं स्ट्रेट ऐसा फोन पे मैंने कहा यार फोन पे बात करते हैं हम ऐसे मिले तो हैं हम बैठे भी हैं थोड़ा
yeah,
जानते बट वो ऐसा होता है ना कि जब आप लाइक बैठ के शांति से जब भी बात करते हो ना तो आप एक दूसरे के बारे में जानते हो
exactly.
और एंड सो बिफोर राइटिंग फॉर दिस ट्रैक लाइक जब ये लिखने के पहले मैं बस ये जानना चाहता था कि आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है
Yeah, yeah.
एंड लिटरली आपने जो जो बोला ना, मैं खुद भी उससे खुद कनेक्ट कर पा रहा था, क्योंकि भाई यही था, लॉकडाउन के पहले हम सब फट के काम कर रहे थे, और आई गेस लॉकडाउन नहीं होता तो जाने कितना सारा हमने काम कर लिया होता, आप जाने क्या क्या चीजें कर ली होती, बट जब ये बंद हो जाते हैं ना, तो ब्रो समझ जाता है कि अरे ये कहाँ आ गए हम।
Exactly,
तो
yeah.
तो या आई मीन वही, फिर वही वही फीलिंग को मैंने लाइक कोशिश करी लिखने की, तो या आ
Exactly.
गया है फाइनली।
Exactly. And I
मुझे बहुत मजा आया, मैं सच बताऊं, मुझे बहुत मजा आया। पहला बीट जब भी आपने भेजा था, आई वाज लाइक दिस परफेक्ट, इसमें और कुछ करना ही नहीं है, मैं लिखता हूँ कुछ इस पे।
and I think
एंड यस,
that's the whole whatever files we exchanged between all of us, there were like very few corrections. There was no correction
या ब्रो,
because
Yeah.
देयर वर
there
नो
can't be any
करेक्शन।
corrections when like the feelings are true. In a way, we are not writing to make it something larger than life. We're just pouring out feelings. And
Yeah.
yeah, Kashyap, on to you. What do you have to say about this? Because I know this was supposed to be your debut EP, and then
Yeah, I was like, this is like we wrote it so like it's been such a while like since we've written the
it's been
songs,
a
and
year now since we
it's been
started
a year
writing.
now. Yeah, it's more than a year now, and like yeah, I mean the first time you messaged me about this project, and I think we just briefly like 10-15 minutes. I think we're just telling me like your feelings and what you want to do with this EP, and I remember like I was just feeling like something's gonna happen. I just felt right for me when you told me about this project. Something even I wanted to do, and at that time I was in this bedroom pop kind of a zone where I wanted to try something like this. And we literally, you were just sending me like few, for the Peace of Mind track I'm talking about, by the way. So you just sent me like few messages that we're in this rat race of continuous doing things, not
Yeah.
really able to find the peace and not actually sitting down and actually kind of chilling. We forgot that. So you were telling me about that, and I was literally okay noting down these are the nice lyrics lyrics looking. I was just writing it down. And yeah, that night I just I was just playing those four chords the song starts with, and it just happened. Like it just happened that quickly. And the next day I think I sent you a version. I recorded like a demo vocals with the guitar. I think that's the same vocal right now we're using.
Exactly.
I tried making it once again, I tried recording it once again, but I couldn't
And
catch that
then, yeah,
emotion that the demo vocal had. So
exactly.
like that's the when the art is true, it doesn't matter how good I've sung it or how
Yeah.
tasty the mix is. It's all about the feelings, because like I said, we're not trying to do something, or we're not trying to sell this record like a pop record, or we're
Yeah.
not trying to force this onto people. It's just that what we feel as an artist, the other side of the artist, where we're not really putting a happy face every time and like, hey, this is a song releasing. It's not like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been such a wonderful experience working on Peace of Mind, because with you don't really get to do this with, especially with pop zone. It's kind of very hard to put these complex feelings that we go through into a song
Yeah.
that we've definitely nailed,
And yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I reached out to all three of you, because you guys are lyrical geniuses.
अरे भाई,
You could like literally take what I was feeling into like put it into words, and then I mean I couldn't see like anyone else doing this just the way like we have done it. And I think I had like a similar call with all three of you, and even Yashraj. I told him, now what happens, right? Every song I make, right after the first verse is done, I can already imagine Yashraj singing on it, because like together. Anything I work on, I'm like, यहाँ पे यशराज का verse आएगा.
yeah,
So this is literally one of those, and I think I asked Kashyap that, what do you think? Should we like put a rap in this? And
yeah,
then you know the idea was to make something unique, and I think Yashraj is like a 15-minute hero. Within 15 minutes, he sends you a verse, which you don't have to change. You don't have to do anything.
yeah,
It's ready. So I guess I was working with like all of you guys who were like literally like on the dot, just sending me stuff which
yeah,
went into the song. So
No,
Yashraj.
I just feel like I think you should give yourself enough credit because you didn't pitch us this record. We hopped onto it because we heard what you said. And
yes
yeah,
that's what
bro,
I'm
yes.
going to say is that it's very easy to express an emotion when you're doing it firsthand. You expressed an emotion through all of us.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
that is such a difficult art. Like, you were the captain of the ship, you were orchestrating
Correct.
all of us, and the brief you gave
Correct.
us, all three of us.
Yeah, bro.
It's not because we know you. Like, I know you for a while. We've had these conversations before the EP came out.
Yeah.
But there is something about the way you talked about this project, and we knew how special it was for you. So we couldn't fake our energies. Like, we
Yeah.
couldn't even think about writing or putting out something that we didn't feel 100% about. So I think it's not just that we can write fast or we can just come up with this. It's because you gave us something to work with that we instantly connected to. Like, all of us just on the same page, instantly on the same, like, on this entire project. So I feel it's all you, and it's remarkable what you've done. Congratulations
Yeah,
again
bro.
for this
Thank you so
project.
much.
Definitely, definitely. I think Yashraj has put it in like such a in a good way, because I think you're the one who actually, like that emotion, you tapped that basically. The way you were telling is like the energy, basically the energy we wanted to bring in the tracks. You
Yeah.
were the source
Yeah.
of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
The thing is that, like I keep saying this, but also the collaborators who we work with, they need to trust you. And I felt like all three of you had like that trust in me in a way that,
Yeah.
um,
हाँ हाँ
in a way that otherwise what happens if there's no trust, that अरे क्या ही बना देगा, why is there a footstep sound happening, this, that, and all. So it's not
Yeah.
clear
Yeah. Yeah.
why somebody has put those elements, and like why
Yeah.
you're saying some words in a certain way. So I
Yeah.
guess like and mental health, I feel, is such a topic again with this EP. Like Kashyap also mentioned to me yesterday, that we are not trying to give any remedies, or like we are not trying to
Yeah.
solve a problem, but we are just trying to project that this happens to every creator, period.
Yeah,
Everyone
bro.
goes through it, but you cannot, like, not a lot of people will talk about it, because they have to maintain their feed. They have to maintain, the management asks them to be happy all the time. Everyone is like, just, don't show the part of you which is vulnerable. Just have to be so perfect on. So I felt like, as like while I was talking to all of you guys to, like, conceptualize this, I could actually feel like what everybody, not just us, but like literally everybody, even the guys at the top, would be going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally how these things came into existence, and I'm really happy.
And I
और ब्रो
think it's
मुझे तो
coming
लगता है
from
कुछ
such a sorry,
ये
sorry, बोलिए बोलिए
नो
आप.
नो 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 कंटिन्यू
नहीं,
कंटिन्यू
मैं
प्लीज
मैं बस यही बोल रहा था कि ये इतनी पर्सनल जगह से आता है, ऋषभ के लिए भी, हम सब के लिए भी, कि हम एक इंटरप्रिटेशन से लिखेंगे ये बात को, और लोग कोई और इंटरप्रिटेशन से वो बात समझेंगे. Like, I'm sure Rishabh wrote all of this and thought of all of this from very personal experiences in music, in creative blocks. But there are so many people out there that probably are not doing creative jobs or not into this artist field, will relate to this to another level, or
Yeah.
will have completely another interpretation of what we've put out. So I feel like it's not that we're trying to put out mental health as a
No.
topic of this. It's just a state of our minds.
Yeah.
It's legitimate, something so personal. This is
एग्जैक्टली
not preachy. This is not advice.
एग्जैक्टली मैं
This
सेम
is
चीज बोल
just,
रहा था
yeah,
मैं
yeah,
सेम चीज बोल रहा था लाइक कि अब जैसे जब भी हमने स्टार्ट किया था लाइक जब मैं ऑन बोर्ड आया तो मुझे लगता है कि कोई टॉपिक नहीं था उस पे ऐसा नहीं था कि अरे हमको ये चीज पे गाना बनाना जैसे जो भी लोग सभी देख रहे हैं ना हम लोग लिटरली बात कर रहे थे कि क्या कर रहे थे हम ये पिछले 1-2 साल में हाँ भाई फिर तुम किधर थे अच्छा उधर शो करने गए थे अरे हाँ फिर ये बंद हो गया फिर ये हो गया एंड ही वाज जस्ट टेलिंग मी कि अंदर से वो क्या फील कर रहे थे और मैं क्या फील कर रहा था तो यही एक्सचेंज था और मैं बस उस पे अपना वो बता रहा था कि हाँ भाई फिर ऐसे भी फील होता है हमको कभी कभी फिर ऐसे भी होता है ना और लिटरली ऐसे मुझे मुझे लगा कि वो गाना ऐसे बातों बातों में बन गया लाइक ऐसे होता है ना कि आपको कि ऐसे नोट्स पता चल जाते हैं छोटे छोटे वर्ड्स पता चल जाते हैं कि ये इस पूरी बात का सार है बेसिकली और मुझे हमेशा से मतलब जैसे कि अमर में मेरा फेवरेट जो चीज है ना वो है आपके नाम को हिंदी में बोलना
I know, yeah.
खोई कहानियां
Yeah.
एंड वो मैं वही बोल रहा था कि भाई हम लाइक हम कितनी सारी चीजें लाइक जैसे मुझे लगता है ना कि जैसे हम जो सोचते हैं ना कि हम ऐसा गाना बनाएंगे हम ऐसा म्यूजिक बनाएंगे हमारे अंदर 100 थॉट्स आते हैं बट एक्चुअली में वो 100 थॉट्स असल में बाहर निकल के नहीं आ पाते उसमें से बहुत कम चीजें होती हैं जो असल में निकल
जी.
के आ पाती हैं एक गाना बन पाती है एक प्रोजेक्ट या विजुअल बन पाती हैं बट all of this right, ये पूरा फीलिंग्स के ऊपर था, हम लोग सिर्फ बात कर रहे थे एंड कैसे भी करके हमने वो निकाल दिया कि भाई ये ऐसा ऐसा था बस हमारे साथ।
और
So,
और एक
यही है
बहुत
सबसे
बहुत
ब्यूटीफुल
अच्छी
चीज
बात
इसका।
बोली मतलब स्पिटफायर ने कि हम जब भी यूजुअली एक ब्लैंक कैनवस पे काम करते हैं, हमको सब कुछ बोलना होता है एक गाने में, हम सब कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं, हम सारे इश्यूज एड्रेस करना
या
चाहते हैं, क्योंकि वो हमारा ईगो भी है, वो हमें बताने भी है चीजें, हमें ये सारी चीजें लिखने भी है, हमें फ्लेक्स भी करना है, हमें सब करना है। बट जब एक कॉन्सेप्ट आ जाता है और ऐसा लगता है कि वी somebody started a story for us and we can take the character where we want, और वो
या
वैसे जब when the concept is so like it's under that it's an umbrella which can go in any direction, but it's still under that same umbrella. The output is just different. You're writing for a cause, you're
And
not writing for yourself.
all of us are nerding
या
out to like Rick Rubin all the time, and like that's what he says, right? That
Yeah.
you know he when an artist comes to him, he wants to like strip him of his ego. He wants to strip him of all the thousands of ideas he has, and he's like he'll follow that one idea that will make him the greatest, you know. So that's I mean
या
the production of sorry the process of reduction I feel is more important than the process of production in a way.
Correct.
But yeah,
Because that way I feel like you just avoid all the unnecessary stuff, like the ego, like you're saying, the things that are not really, that don't really matter, you end up avoiding them, actually write about what matter in general. So
exactly.
yeah, I think the conversation we had, like you said, the conversations you had with all three of us, I think did that, writing wise and in general. And like I think this, like I said, like in this day and age where we are like internet, this day of internet, I feel like we are just bombarded with so much of news, on thrown so much of news like that's happening all over the world. Like already there's so much of negative stuff happening in your life, personal life, and then you're thrown every single day. And like you said, I think this generation is going through so much, like pandemic. Now it's like a World War III, and now I don't know, climate change, like irreversible stuff is happening. So it's like you just go through so much of stuff that you don't have the control over. You just can't control that. You're not alone. Like you just can't change things alone, but still you kind of have to take that in. And as a human being, you're kind of wired to take in the negative things, mostly, because of course you see positive things all around the world, but the negative ones are the ones that kind of stick into your brain and you keep with them. The energy stays. So yeah, I mean, like, all we are doing with this EP, I feel like, is just letting people know that you're not alone. Even we feel this way.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're not giving any solutions or any remedies. Do this, do that. It's not gonna fix it. Just being in that feeling and just letting that feeling stay, and eventually it'll go. But just
And
being
I think telling somebody that you're not alone is enough for them to understand and get over it. Like if people
Correct.
feel that they're alone, they take that burden onto themselves, and that's more crushing than going up. If you know that if you're having a bad day and your friend's having a bad day, your day gets better because two guys are having bad days now. It's exactly that. We gave people that, just that solace कि don't worry, हम भी हैं यहाँ पे, मतलब हम भी ऐसे feel करते हैं. तो बस कर लो. So we also feel that way, and we're going to continue keep on making music. We're going to keep on working towards something in our lives. So don't give up. Don't think that you're alone. And I just wanted to ask you one question, Rishabh. Like notes from therapy. Where did this name, this idea? Because you can talk about this for hours. I feel that one phrase, this one phrase. So where did you think of this?
You know where it came from. It's Ayushman's gene. And we were, but the PP was originally called Care Package, and it was supposed to be like a care package for creators, where like you hear it and you'll be like, okay, we are not alone in a way. That's sort of a thing. It was supposed to be that. But then Ayushman, obviously, like, he's a genius when it comes to these kind of things, and he's like, why don't we like name it Notes from Therapy? I don't know what led to that name. I don't remember that exact conversation, but and instantly it's such a unique name. It's just like
because I feel like you take back things from therapy, like you take it back mentally, but just putting the word notes from therapy, like somebody taking that effort to jot it down, something like that has so many more layers to just, if it was something like therapy. So I feel
वही है ना कि हमको एक छोटी सी चीज में और 100 नई चीजें दिखने लग जाती हैं सिर्फ एक नाम और एक शब्द के बदलने से. हम उसको एक अलग ही तरीके से देखने लगते कि ओ हाँ, ये अलग ही है लाइक।
ये क्या क्या बोल सकता है, ये क्या कहाँ कहाँ जा सकता है ये एक नाम में।
हाँ हाँ हाँ
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
बहुत
think
सही है।
even the production and everything, no, it's just been such a dream EP for me. Obviously working with you guys, but I even got to like mix and master it with Matzo, who's like my childhood
Yeah,
hero. Like
yeah,
we have
yeah,
kind of grown up together musically because like
yeah.
he's a Grammy Award
Hmm,
nominated
hmm.
producer. And
ओ
like for me to work with him and like we are totally nerding out on each and every detail and like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm a nerd, okay? I'm a big these I mean they sent me into like a different zone and that was such a great thing for me.
I remember Sun is Down. When we made Sun is Down, when we sent it out to mix, it had a
Yeah,
very different vibe in the
yeah,
chorus,
yeah,
the ending
yeah.
chorus.
When it
And
came
Matt,
back and it was so cinematic and like I was like,
cinematic, so like surreal, like a big sounding chorus at the end, which I think the song needed. And like I said, like everybody who worked on this EP with
yeah,
us added their own personal element into the songs, which I
exactly.
think
And they
that's what
understood
makes the song
what
so
how
unique and so special.
yeah, yeah.
100%.
And
Yeah,
that's what Rishabh said. I think the trust factor is we just sent our vocals, our writing with no expectations. We were,
yeah,
all of us, I think, were ready to get rejected on the first go.
Okay.
So we just
You're
sent
actually
it
right.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, ये feeling है, ये हमने लिखा है, but पता नहीं. And then when Rishabh sent
हम्म
it back, is then when you realize that, oh, he's putting his perspective onto this. He's putting, he's putting so much. Like he's really thought about every single detail. Everybody's really thought about, I think, the smallest things on
हम्म
this EP.
yeah.
And that's why even though like it got delayed, however, how much ever time did get delayed, I feel I'm so glad it's finally out. I'm so
And
glad,
like you
like,
said,
या
you
ब्रो
guys sent in your stuff without any
yeah,
expectations,
yeah.
and we have put out this EP also without any expectations.
Expectations, right,
We
right,
want,
right,
I mean, we
right.
just wanted to reach the right people and say
Yeah,
even 5 years from now, if you're in that spot and
yeah,
you feel like this EP resonates with you, I think our job is
yeah,
done in a way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
या
This
ब्रो।
resonates with
yeah,
that
yeah,
person in the time of need.
yeah.
So that's yeah,
Like I
और आई मीन जब जब ये स्टार्ट हो रहा था ना, मुझे याद है लाइक मुझे ऋषभ भाई की बात याद है कि वो बोल रहे थे कि जैसे जब आप ये जो ईपी बना रहे थे, तो जब ईपी का आइडिया बताया मुझे कि ये 3 गानों का ऐसा ईपी बनाने का सोच रहे हैं, कुछ कर रहे हैं, तो एक चीज जो उन्होंने बोली थी, वाज लाइक कि ब्रो दिस इज नॉट व्हाट आई डू। मतलब जो अभी मैं कर रहा था, ये शोज कर रहा था, जो भी सब चीजें कर रहा था, ये उससे अलग है, पता नहीं क्या है, अलग है, बट ये मैं हूँ।
yeah,
क्योंकि अभी मेरे कमरे के अंदर मैं मेरे साथ हूँ,
yeah,
ये मेरा खुद का बातचीत है, ये कुछ सोच के नहीं बनाया कि अभी इसको ऐसे बनाऊंगा तो जनता को ऐसा पसंद आना चाहिए। मतलब एक स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं था उसके पीछे कोई, उसके पीछे बस थॉट था कि भाई मैं ऐसे फील कर रहा हूँ,
yeah,
और मुझे बस वो निकाल दिया मैंने। ऐसे होता है कि कुछ मन में आपके बात रह जाती है,
yeah,
तो या तो आप वो किसी से बोलते हो, और मुझे लगता है आर्टिस्ट जो रहते हैं ना, उनका यही रहता है कि बहुत सारी बातें, जैसे मैं हूं ना, तो मैं बहुत सारी बातें किसी को नहीं बोल सकता, मैं उनको लिख
Hmm,
सकता हूँ।
hmm,
अब वो लिख के किसी को समझा पाना वो भी बड़ा मुश्किल है, तो वो भी सब लोग नहीं समझ पाते, तो जिनको समझ में आता है देवाले कि भाई हम समझ गए तुम्हारी हालत। तो
yeah,
यही था कि आपने जब भी मुझे वर्ड्स में समझाया तो लाइक मैं समझ गया, मुझे लगा था कि मैं समझ गया भाई कि मेरे को क्या
hmm,
करना है अभी, और कुछ
hmm,
इंस्ट्रक्शन चाहिए ही नहीं मेरे को, आपकी बात सुन ली, मिल गया
hmm,
मेरे को, मेरा ब्रीफ मिल गया मेरे को।
yeah. I think all of
तो
us.
ये था, इतना इतना फ्री था, इतना फ्री था, लाइक किसी बंदिश में नहीं थे आप, कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि नहीं ब्रो वो ना एक लाइन चेंज कर देते हैं, वो ना थोड़ा और हिट करेगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था। लाइक यूजुअली कैसे बनाते हैं ना लोग गाने वाने बैठ के, कितना स्ट्रैटेजीज लगाते हैं, कितना दिमाग लगाते हैं कि इसको ऐसे कर देंगे वैसे कर देंगे, बट वो मुझे लगता है रियल आर्ट तभी बन के निकलता है जब आप उसको बंदिशों से दूर कर देते हो,
hmm.
कि
जी,
नहीं है और कुछ नहीं है, यही है हमारे पास।
hmm,
तो ये सबसे ब्यूटीफुल चीज है इसकी कि,
hmm, hmm.
और फाइनली आ गया भाई, मैं तो बहुत खुश हूँ
That's the most
Yes.
like, it's out.
Rishabh, would you like to talk about the artwork as well? Because I feel like वो भी
Ooh,
वो
yeah.
ऐसी चीज है, वो ऐसी चीज है जो I feel like there are very few artworks that can do justice to the song you've made. you know.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something personal, like if it's a picture, that's a different ball game altogether. But if you're actually sitting down or आप conceptualize करते हैं उसको, so what, like every single element on that artwork, what does that signify? What
So
do you
I
think?
made the
What's your
artwork of my
interpretation?
favorite artist in India. His name is
Yeah.
Priyesh Trivedi.
Okay.
He's the Adarsh Balak.
Oh, I love that guy, bro. उसके आर्ट को मैं फॉलो करता हूँ. Shout out to him, bro.
Priyesh.
मस्त बनाता
I
है.
had worked with him before, and he made one of my best
क्या
artworks.
बात.
So basically, I love Andaz Apna Apna the movie. So my
Yeah.
movie which I was releasing, I told him, bro, I love Andaz Apna Apna. What do you know about it? And he made like the most. I don't know how his mind works, but he made the most crazy artwork with like cyberpunk elements, with all that kind of stuff behind. And me and my partner Prayag, we are like Amir Khan and Salman Khan, and we are like facing each other with a gun and all that. This is from the future.
Sick.
So I was like, this release I have to work with Priyesh because he
Yeah.
does everything by hand. And
Yeah.
this EP I was just expressing, right? So मेरा कुछ concept नहीं था. मैं call उठा के बोलना कि मैं this is what I'm feeling. What do you think you can do?
Yeah.
with it? So he was like
Yeah.
kind enough to listen, like all of you have been listening. And, he understood. So Amar, basically, if you see, there's an infinity sign, meaning like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's gonna go on forever.
Infinite. Infinite. Yes.
Yeah. Then peace of
Yeah.
mind basically is, if you see the head of the guy is kind of blown, but I think the way out is the way in a way. So
Yeah.
so that's what it signifies. And sun is down is also the guy's head being a sunset. It's subsiding. And so these are the three.
Mm.
So these were the three concepts that we put together. And like again, there were no changes. First draft came in, we approved, and like this was it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Nice.
This
So,
is just a sign that you should drop more music and
all of us
just
should drop more music together. That's my biggest
yeah.
thank.
That
Without
facts.
expectations,
Yeah.
without like it's such a
True,
refreshing
true,
thing to do, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so like everybody's sound on this
ये
EP is so different. Like your sound is
A1
different.
चीज थी भाई, ये A1 चीज थी, चेंज का जरूरत ही नहीं है.
किसी को exactly.
Yeah.
It's like so like everybody's sound is so different, and when we came together,
हाँ
we have
भाई,
such a different sound. Like this sound like a
स्टूडियो में
Kashyap
बैठने का बड़ा जरूरत है.
Yeah.
It- yeah, like it's just so different because
Good
when
one.
I've written like Sun is Down initial like demo in like 2020 when I was like 19 years old, and that we just kept the voice like that, and that's the reason why I sound different on each track.
But
'Cause
still
there's a
साथ
19-year-old singing it, there's a
में जाता
20-year-old
है,
of me.
still जेलअप होता है वो.
Yeah.
So it's so it's super
Yeah, I
cool
mean,
that we get to.
how old are you now, Kashyap?
I'm 21 right now, but yeah, like
And
I'm saying it as if like 10 years
you
ago, but
guys,
yeah.
you guys are killing it. Like 21 and like just the quality and the texture. Like Yashraj also, Spitfire, man. Like all of us, I think I shouldn't be working with older people anymore. I don't want to do music with like older people. You guys, like your ideas are fresh, and like maybe we should take some questions if
Somebody has asked Madzo ने कौन सा track mix master किया?
Matzo mixed and mastered all both the tracks. But Sun is Down and I think the only place where changes were there was mix master, because I'm like I need things to be.
Yeah, you're a psychopath. Don't even try and sugarcoat this. Every song will have around 100 mixes, masters, all ready in his minute details. Then he'll sit and narrow it down to 10, then to 3, and then to 4 over the period of 3 months.
हम इंडिविजुअली बैठते हैं बड़े, आपको पता है, हम इंडिविजुअली बड़े लोग के साथ बैठते हैं, उम्र के बड़े लोग के साथ, फिर हम आपस में बैठते हैं, ज्ञान लेके आते हैं इधर, जैसे मैं इधर से लेके.
I think Peace of Mind had most this thing now with the mixing, because we wanted the drop to be very like distorted, but also like
yeah.
and like I think that was the most challenging one in the EP.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think, at least. I mean, like you sent me like a lot of versions of the piece of, and I couldn't hear a difference because everything like had very like little changes because
Yeah, I mean,
very
Yashraj is saying this now. When it comes to his
What?
tracks, when I'm mixing and mastering his tracks,
Oh shit.
there are 100 changes every time. So it's a personal thing for everyone.
Yeah, true.
भाई एक पॉइंट के बाद तुम्हें तो समझ में आना ही बंद हो जाता है कि अलग क्या है, ये
हाँ,
दोनों में अलग क्या है।
yeah,
सच में।
like honestly,
जब किसी चीज
like
के दो मिक्सेस या मास्टर्स या कुछ भी रहते हैं तो मैं
I've heard this EP for almost like what 1 year now. Like all the three
Yeah.
songs, I've been hearing it, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of numb towards it because after a point you just have the initial feeling of the song while you're making it. Afterwards you get lost in the mix, master. Listening to it you kind of feel numb. But yesterday I got a message right after the release. I didn't hear it after once it was released. I got a message from some random person, like she loved the song and she told like specifically the lyrics and the compositions and the way the production was mixed in was very unique and very fresh. So I went in with
बहुत
that
सुंदर
feeling and
यार।
I've heard it again, and
Yeah.
it just felt like I
ये
was
dude
hearing it for
3:30
the
हो गया,
first
3:30 पे वीडियो आ रहा है, राइट?
Oh yeah. There's a music video happening.
अरे
Oh yeah, and
चलो,
Amar, right? Yeah, the
Amar
intro is
Amar is out today.
yeah.
let's go.
How is this gonna lead to?
Do we just leave this video? What do we do?
Ayushman, are you on the call?
Voice of God, please answer.
Thank you guys. Please stream the EP. No pressure. Please stream the EP and send
All
it to.
pressure. Notes from therapy. We will send you to therapy by putting pressure on. I'm kidding, sir. Okay. Do listen to this amazing project. Shout out to Rishabh for being the
Yes.
captain of this ship. Shout out to Kashyap for
Yes.
introducing such a fresh voice into the scene, and with this concept just giving it so much depth. Spitfire, like
भाई
it's but obvious, one of the best, the most phenomenal writers in the country, to write
भाई
an intro that sums up the entire project, and it's just an
अरे
honor.
भाई
It's an honor to be a part of this, and
भाई
I hope you all connect. I hope you all like it.
Thank you guys.
यस
And
भाई
shout
Yeah.
out to
मेरा
Yashraj.
सेम फीलिंग भाई, मेरे को बहुत लाइक इस चीज का पार्ट बन के बहुत खुशी है कि हाँ ये बनाया हमने।